we have created Just Ice Arena because we wanted to create a revenue stream for you.
But let's be real, this ain't even the first time Tiffany slapped her daughter's name on something. Like at this point, it's practically her signature move. Sis been branding everything with justice for a minute now. So now she's launching something new called Justice Courts, and get this, they're literally opening tomorrow. Now if she had just called them Justice Courts, because, you know, her daughter's name is Justice. Okay, whatever. That would have been mildly dramatic, kinda giving main character energy, but fine, we coulda looked the other way. But nah, she took it a step further. She didn't name them Justice Courts, she named them just Ice Courts, and they're basketball courts. Like, I'm sorry, where's the ice? What's icy about basketball? What are we doing here? Is someone bringing popsicles to half court? Is there a glacier I missed? Like, why? For what purpose? I'm genuinely lost. And this is the same woman who's always talking about how much she loves the community, how the community always comes first. But apparently, when she says community, she really just means her daughter, because that's clearly who comes first. That's the name she's been stamping on every single project like it's a family-owned franchise. And look, I'm telling y'all, every time I think I've seen it all, Tiffany hits me with something new. Last night, I found out something I didn't even know before. Something about her hustle, her ambition, and her full-blown obsession with turning everything into a branding moment for her kid. Like, this ain't new. She's been doing it. We all remember the ice rink. That just ice wordplay.
Hey residents of Dolton, it's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor, and I'm here with trustee Andrew Holmes. Guess what? We're finally in the second phase of Greenwood Falls. And remember, we do this for you residents because we care. You come first. We care, meaning trustee Andrew Holmes and myself, about the residents of Dolton. And we have created Just Ice Arena because we wanted to create a revenue stream for you. So now you no longer have to go anywhere else. You can come in your own backyard and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So, Drew, enough talk. We're about to introduce to you Just Ice Rink.
It actually made a little bit of sense back then, because, well, there was actual ice involved. Rink skates, cold, got it. But even before that, this girl is just not built for the teleprompter life. Like, sis really got up there and said, we bring to you Just Ice Rink. And yes, she actually said ice twice. What? That line was supposed to be smooth and clean, and she tripped all over it like a cracked sidewalk. It's one sentence, and she butchered it like it was calculus. All she had to say was, introducing the Just Ice Rink in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, done. But no, she fumbled it hard. So yeah, that was the big debut, the launch of the Just Ice Rink. And to be fair, okay, at one point it was actually an ice rink, so the name made sense. Back then, she hyped it up as something that was going to bring revenue to the community or the village, or whatever royal title she's using now. And because she's such a mova, yeah, she calls herself that, she named it after her daughter, Justice. But here's the kicker, it's not an ice rink anymore. It's just a regular old skating rink now. No ice, no chill, just wheels and a slippery floor. So the whole Just Ice thing doesn't even apply anymore. It's a leftover pun from a time when the building actually had refrigeration. The cleverness wore off real quick. But hey, the name's still plastered in bold letters, loud and proud. And if you didn't already know, her daughter's name is literally Justice, spelled like just ice. So, fine, that explains the pun cutish. But here's what really caught me off guard. That wasn't even the first time she pulled this move. The rink wasn't the origin story. She's been branding everything with her daughter's name way before. That whether it made sense or not, that at least the rink had ice once, so I'll give her a participation trophy for effort. But the basketball courts, baby, that's where it gets weird. Because yes, she did that too. Basketball courts. And what? Did she name them? Yup, just ice courts. And I'm sitting here like, why? There's no ice. There's no chill. It's just asphalt and hoops. If she had named them Justice Courts, I mean, yeah, still a little narcissistic, but fine. But just ice courts. For basketball, that's not even a pun anymore. That's just confusion on a sign. She even threw a full ribbon-cutting event at 144th in Greenwood. Had the whole community out there between 5 and 7 p.m. like it was a block party. And then she closed it all out with, be a part of the solution, not the problem. My work speaks for itself. I love my community. You come first. And I'm like you who? You equals justice. Apparently, because she's the only one getting her name spray painted on every square foot of the city. Real talk, it's starting to feel like Tiffany knows she's headed for trouble. Like she's trying to leave behind a legacy before she vanishes. You know how folks stack assets to pass down before they check out? Yeah, this is giving estate planning before indictment. But instead of leaving wealth, she's leaving buildings with baggage. And her daughter, might end up wishing her name wasn't slapped on everything from sidewalks to stadiums. Tiffany, listen, I know you think I'm a hater, and you're not wrong. I don't like you. I won't fake it. I think your decisions are a walking circus. But I'll be honest, you're good content. The mess you make gives me something to talk about, and honestly, I appreciate that part. You spiral, I go viral. That's the trade-off. But girl, the Valentine's Day rink thing. Ooh. She shows up with Kamal, dressed like it's Harlem Nights, in these pimp hats, looking like they about to start a bonfire on frozen ground. They set up this tiny exclusive tent dead center on the rink, while everybody else is huddled around the edges, shivering like peasants outside the palace. That tent all hers, and it's giving exclusivity for no reason at all. And let's be real, how much y'all charge for that awkward little private dinner on ice thing? Because baby, it's not giving romance. It's giving scam with a disco ball. And, I swear, I wasn't even gonna say this, but that look Kamal's date gave the camera. Creepy, just a little. Like blink twice, if you're okay. Sis, you look great, don't get me wrong. But the vibe, that's an I know Tiffany, ain't it face? She's trying to smile through it, but the tension is radiating. And the rest of the crowd, frozen on the outside. Like extras in a movie they didn't audition for. Meanwhile, Tiffany and Kamal are center stage, DJ booth in the tent. Lights on them like they're the crowned royals of Ridiculousville and all of it. Every last bit. Still branded with her daughter's name. The same name on every sign, every program, every flyer. Not for the community, not for the culture. Just justice. And here's the wildest part. This ain't even the first time she's pulled this move. At this point, I'm sitting here wondering how many other things in the city she stamped her daughter's name on, because clear as day, I remember a city meeting where Tiffany straight up said she wanted to open a Tiffany Hard Museum, a whole building. For herself, I wish I was making that up. I really do, but no, she wanted a full-on shrine. Pictures, plaques, exhibits, all dedicated to her. And who's supposed to pay for this ego trip? The taxpayers, of course. Like, ma'am, you want a museum in your name, filled with your own story, and you expect the public to fund that. Girl, this isn't a legacy, it's a monument to delusion, a real-life vanity project dressed up as civic pride. Meanwhile, regular folks out here are sitting in plastic folding chairs for hours, out in the freezing cold. Also, Tiffany can feel like she's on her coronation tour. The setups aren't heated, the events are always about her and the community. It's feeling more like an audience than an actual priority. She moves like naming everything after her daughter is some genius branding strategy, like she's building a family empire, not a functioning town. And of course, every time, we get the same opening script. Hi everyone, I'm Mayor Tiffany Hired, the people's mayor. I'm so excited to share my vision with you. We're opening the Just Ice courts tomorrow. And I'm sitting here like, what? Courts? Sis, just ice. Is that frozen courts, hockey, curling? Nah. Oh, it's basketball. Then why is it called Just Ice? Make it make sense. No frost, no rink, not even a slushie. It's a basketball court. That's it. She really doing all this just to keep forcing that name into spaces where it does not belong. At this point, it's not a legacy, it's emotional baggage wrapped in concrete. And let's be honest, when the feds eventually come knocking and Tiffany's doing a slow walk into the courthouse in heels and sunglasses, it's gonna be justice dragging the weight of all this around town. Every event, every project, every ribbon cutting with her name on it. That's not a gift, it's a burden. Tiffany, real talk, just stop. Not do not better, actually do better. And of course, she wraps every mess with that same line, be part of the solution, not the problem. My work speaks for itself. I love my community. You come first. Do we though? Because from where I'm standing, it feels like the order is, justice first, Kamal second, the purse third, and the people somewhere after the snacks. Let's be honest, the only consistent name on anything in this town is her daughter's. Kamal ain't even get a sidewalk named after him. But sure, loyalty to your child, we respect that. What we don't respect is building your entire public image around your kid, then leaving her to hold the fallout. And speaking of Kamal, woo, that's a whole other situation. Because leaving him in charge of your daughter while you're out here, trying to build the Tiffany cinematic universe, that's a bold choice. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, I'm just saying he gives off strong, the neighborhood babysitter who might be a little too chill energy. Like, did he just light incense in the kitchen while the kid was on TikTok? That kind of vibe. But hey, it's your life. I trust that you trust it. Girl, you know what you're doing. Allegedly, and best of luck. No, for real, good luck, because this whole pattern, this do one dramatic thing, and now I'm the trusted one forever thing. It's tired. It's dangerous. It's how chaos gets normalized. Tiffany pulled off one big, emotional stunt, and suddenly she was handed the keys to every building with a flat roof. That's how low the bar is now. Let's be real, I think what did it for her, what really locked in Kamal, was that one time she ended up in the hospital. And guess who was right there by her side, holding her hand like it was a soap opera finale? Yep, Kamau, present, supportive, Camerati, and from that moment on, she decided he was her ride or die, her number one. The guy who would never let her down. But that's the trap. Because when you're vulnerable, sick, tired, scared, that's when people show up. Just enough to leave a memory. They know you're not thinking straight, you're emotional, and boom, they slide in, make one good impression, and ride that thing like a parade float for the rest of their lives. But that doesn't mean they're solid. It just means they timed it right. You ever seen that happen? Where someone does one kind thing during a hard time, and suddenly they're above criticism forever. Meanwhile, they've been making mess after mess ever since. And the moment anyone calls it out, they go, "But remember that time I was there for you." Yeah, I remember. I also remember everything you did after that. And that's the part that matters now. So look, just a little PSA. Don't be like Tiffany. Don't wrap your kid's name around every shady project and call it a legacy. Because she's the one who's going to be stuck with it. That's not protection. That's branding. And branding ain't love. If you really want to name something after yourself, just do it. Own it. Call it the Hired Center, or Tiffany's Spot, or Mayor T's Playground for the bold and questionable. But dragging your child into every press release and ribbon cutting for stuff that's controversial, half-baked, or outright shady. Nah, that ain't it.